Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John Gray, and this is the John Olive Fifth Quarter Show, and we're here this morning with Coach Olive after the third round of the playoffs. Last night we went back to Springfield. It's not Springfield. We just mentioned Maplewood, and I just don't remember a ball game like that, and I don't know when.
It was a baseball score.
6
you don't
to
see
2.
Those very often anymore.
And our young men, I can't say enough about their courage to walk in wounded. We had people on the field who we didn't even think were going to be able to play, who came out and made a contribution as they could here and there.
Yeah.
Ben Fultz got knocked out just about the game and stayed out for what, Coach, a quarter and a half, something like that.
Right.
Brought himself back in, barely able to walk, and stood in the pocket and tried to help us win that football game.
Well, they got a brace. Dr. Colin Bills and Heath McCullough do an awesome job. Mm-hmm. Ricky Christie. And in Ben's situation, there's a medical company here in town that happen to have, the owners are very sports minded, and they attend our ball games and stuff, and lo and behold, next thing I know, they're putting a brace on him at halftime. But at that point in time, the medical people were not sure that the brace was, in other words, the injury was worse than nobody knew, so we weren't going to take any chances with Ben. And then all of a sudden, one of the coaches comes up and says something to me late in the third quarter, early fourth, someplace in there, and says Ben was wanting to go back in. And I said, well, got to get the medical people, got to get the parents, and have everybody talk anyway. And then Dr. Bills came to me 5 or 6 minutes later and said, hey, it's feeling better, and he's moving around back here. Said I've cleared him to go back in, and so that's the type of game, that's the type of team this has been. That these young men, they want to play. They gave everything they had. There's nobody that has to hang their head or anything.
No, I've never seen anything quite like it.
We knew this ball game would be a defensive game. We had played them just 3 weeks ago, and it was a very defensive game. We really struggled to move the ball against them 3 weeks ago. We struggled to move the ball against them again last night. We had changed our game plan up. We were going to go in and try to throw intermediate passes underneath them.
Right.
And still trying to protect the quarterback was a real chore. And you'll see that. He scrambles around quite a bit. They sack him some. We knew that we'd take a couple of deep shots at them, but weren't able to, complete them.
Close. We missed race about a foot one time.
And then defensively, we felt like, and we talked to our offense. We told them, we said, hey, ending in a punt's not bad. We've got a very good defense that will keep us in the ball game.
Right.
They've got a very good defense. It's going to keep them in the ball game. It's going to come down to when we get an opportunity, you got to score
something.
And we got that opportunity late in the third quarter and couldn't put it in. Mm-hmm. We try a field goal that falls short, but that was our opportunity.
Right.
We had one opportunity, and it would have been a freak thing if we could have made it happen. Ty Cox almost had an interception. If he intercepts it, he's going to score a touchdown.
Right.
And so our defense could have beaten Maplewood 8-6 last night. So anyway, it was. If you like throwback football to the days of defense, it's a football game to watch. We turned the ball over, and our defense bailed us out big time in the first half. And so,
one play they had that. Our defense kept them at bay, and they had that one play that they gashed us up the middle and scored a touchdown.
Well, Sutherland
one play
broke 3 or 4 tackles, and the other running back had just gotten hurt, had to leave the game, and Sutherland comes in, who is not considered to be their power runner. He's really, really good. He's a sophomore who rushed last year against us for 150 yards as a freshman. Or maybe he was a sophomore last year, he's a junior this year, but he's an underclassman. He's one of the few underclassmen they've got coming back. But anyway, good play by them. And it was the one play that we don't play very well. And so they had the short field, they got the touchdown, and they made it hold up.
6-2. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Before we do that, I want to thank all the people that have through the years, have sponsored this show and this program and helped us to bring these football games to you every Saturday morning, Sunday afternoon. Just thank you so much. We appreciate you for all your support of the Wildcat football program, of your support of us here at Channel 6, and go out and buy something from these folks. It's gift buying time. Buy your gifts here in Tullahoma. Shop local every chance you get. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Are you ready for some football? Are you ready for cool days and cold nights? We're here warming up to serve our community. Stroop Jacket Refrigeration would like to congratulate the 2019 class of Tullahoma. Go Cats!
Since 1889, Traders Bank has been helping our neighbors realize their dreams. Whether our customers are looking to put a roof over their heads, try their hand at entrepreneurship, or see themselves behind the wheel of a shiny new car, the folks at Traders Bank have always been ready to dive in with them. Because at Traders, we lend you more than just money. We lend you our good name. Traders Bank, you're welcome.
Attention, attention! Tullahoma and surrounding areas? Spinelli's Pizzeria is now open at 121 Northwest Atlantic Street in downtown Tullahoma. They specialize in Philadelphia-style pizzas that you can order by the pie or by the gigantic slice. Spinelli's also has great sandwiches with breads imported from Philly, loaded stromboli, salads, and desserts. They are open from 11 a.m. until 3 a.m. with delivery every day. So stop by Spinelli's and get a slice.
The choices we make today will impact tomorrow. Choosing natural gas today is the responsible energy choice for your home, your family, and our environment. Almost all natural gas we use is produced right here in North America. And with plentiful gas reserves, we can enjoy a safe and reliable energy future. Natural gas. The comfortable and responsible energy choice for today and tomorrow.
Brought to you by Elk River Public Utility District. Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Our captains last night. Permanent captain, number 9, Bryson Corn. Number 4, senior that is a role player for us and made that huge play last week to seal the deal to send us to the quarterfinals, Sam Brock. Number 8, who's the Eli Grove Award winner this year, Matt Ross, and then number 52, Ty Cox, who represented our line again last night, as he's had an outstanding year.
That's 4 great young men right there who put it on the line, buddy. I mean, put it on the line.
And if they would have allowed us, we'd have walked up some more of those seniors like we used to, where you would line them up over there where the officials are. But they cut that out because coaches started walking out their whole teams. And
well, there are almost some lines on that field.
Yeah, actually the field was in better shape than I thought it would be. Our sideline was pretty rough, but and the field itself, they didn't bring us any straw. The field itself is pretty rough, but I mean there's holes and stuff that you worry about. Bailey Clark and Brian Nims on the stop. We've given them good field position though. They did not struggle with catching the kick like so many others have. They tried to throw a quick screen there, and Peyton Howard, who has really come on as of late, and he had an outstanding game last week, and I thought he played well again last night.
Yes, he did.
Ended up getting hurt in the fourth quarter. You and I were talking, we would have been a JV team trying to go play in the state semifinals against the state's best football team. Bobo Hodges there completes the pass. They pick up the first down. Tydell Mitchell blows the play up, and then a host of Wildcats get there. Caleb Street coming from safety may have been the next guy to hit him.
52 crawling up off of him. Mr. Cox, yeah. What a kid. Young man has just done an exceptional job this year.
And there are no huddle teams. They line up and stand there and try to draw you off and then call the play. Trying to run a screen, Matt Ross reads it, and they end up being in trouble there. I think it was Tydell Mitchell that actually makes the play, makes the stop. Great job by the defense recognizing what's going on. They try to throw it deep, which is their mantra. They don't take 5 or 6 shots at you deep during the ball game, and that was the first one for them, and you'll see them take 4 or 5 others. We're going to start off in rough field position. We're at the 3-yard line. They've got us backed up, and we've got a pass play as our first play. Having a hard time lining up here. And Ben Fulton's on a scramble with it. And does a great job. Picks up the first down. Gets out of bounds. We're trying to hammer them into the boundary. Running Jacoby Thomas there. And then we run sophomore Kyler Parker. And we outnumber him over there, and Kyler runs hard. He's a north-south runner. He's a gutty football player. And we pick up the first down. We go back to pass and don't pick up the blitz. Little bit of a bind. Number 3, Smith over there at that left end. He is a really, really good football player, especially when it comes to rushing the football. And so we were paying extra attention to him and weren't quick enough to pick up the linebacker blitz on the other side. Jacoby Thomas picks up good yardage there. Good hard running by Jacoby. Try to come back and throw the pass over here. Lots of pressure on Ben. That really wasn't the receiver he was wanting to throw it to, but by the time that receiver was in an area where he was open.
Look at that. Isn't that
We
great?
couldn't get it to him. Cooper Lawson getting down that field, and he's the first one to make contact, tackle there. And a host of Wildcats here. And as you pointed out last week, it sure is nice to see they arrive violently in a good football term way. They arrive violently.
And you need to notice, folks, as you look at the sidelines, from the out of bounds to the fence isn't but about 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah, it's not very
There's
far.
not any room.
It's like our track, except we don't have a fence around the track.
Right.
You know, but that's what it's like. I mean, you know, it's close like our field. 3rd and 10. And again, there they go, trying to go deep. And probably had a step on us that time, but they've got some guys that can really fly. I thought Jacoby Thomas and Quentin Howard did really well. Grace Marin and Caleb Stroop, Hunter Jewell, those are primarily the guys in coverage, and they did a great job.
Because
We're going to take a shot at them here, and we get Race, small window there. He couldn't have scored, but it could have been a big game.
Big game.
And we go back to Kyler Parker, and great job. Play was designed to go to the left. He saw the linebacker flow and saw a little gap and took off. Come back, this time trying to get outside there, and we fumbled the football. And, young sophomore that got put into that role because of injuries. And so Grace gets him out of bounds. Here we are, backed up again. We're staying on our end of the field. The one thing we wanted to do was try to end with a kick. And I think that's the first of probably 3 or 4 turnovers on the night. To be honest with you, I didn't get to preview this video like I normally do. Just couldn't get my head up off the pillow early enough.
I understand. When we left the ball game last night, it was a parking lot on the interstate.
We went around Bradley Parkway and missed all that apparently.
It was a mess.
Good tackle there by Hunter Jewell.
And I want you to notice, folks, they throw that ball downfield or set up to throw it downfield very well. And Jacoby Thomas did a great job last night because I was in a position where I could watch him, and he was on a real athlete.
He was on the island. There's your touchdown.
Yeah.
There's Sutherland. They double team the tackle out of there. Our linebackers just don't make the tackle, and then their safeties can't make it either. And the 2-point conversion there is no good. But they lead 6-0, and unfortunately for us, had leads on the stay. I just thought when it was 6-0 at halftime and we had weathered that second quarter, I just thought, we're going to get an opening, and when we do, we'll find a way to score, and we may beat this bunch 7-6 because our defense was playing really well. Quentin Howard on the return. And we opened up trying to hit the short passes, and again, things break down rapidly.
They've got some big bodies, some wide bodies out there.
We've tried to condense down. We tried spreading them out the first time, and that didn't work. One-on-one block, and we were getting whipped. Our sophomores and freshmen were getting whipped by their seniors. So we've tried to condense down and get a little bit more where we could double team some of them and so forth. Still can't get enough. And that was almost a great play by their linebacker. I'm telling you, he's tough. He's an underclassman. He'll be back. He played well for him last year, and he's even better this year, and he's about 240 pounds, 250 pounds. He is a load. Right. I was looking at him up close last night after, I'm sitting there and watched him make one tackle, and I thought, man alive, he makes you fold up like a quail that's been shot. He is a thump.
Now, our scheduling as far as the teams we play next year will remain the same as they are this year?
They will now, because of a meeting this past Friday night, this past Thursday. The new school in Rutherford County is going to 6A instead of 5A, so that allows us to keep playing Lincoln County, and that was our last ball game that we had to solidify. So unless somebody backs out of an agreement on us, we're set for the next 2 years. Contracts will go out in the mail next week. Maybe
so is that Nolensville?
Nolensville will be in our region.
Still? Okay.
They're a 4A school for another 2-year cycle. Good job by the defense. I can't say enough good things. I know that Coach Sis, Coach Searcy, Coach Britton, Coach Jared Olive, and Coach Brady Goodman, I know they're super proud of their young men.
Incredible.
I don't know. It's been a long time since we've been able to play defense like this, at least going back, I don't know, probably 2002 is the last time we've had one, in 99, 98. This defense ranks right in there with those guys.
They're something special. And, speaking about something special, I want to give a shout out to my buds out there, Tom Fultz and Randy Wilson.
Tom Fulton, Randy Wilson, and Jimmy Hollingsworth. Ricky Christie's crews, what I call them.
That whole bunch that haul equipment and get it unloaded. And I know that Jimmy and that bunch they're over there eating country ham and biscuit and gravy this morning, because they have his family and that bunch they watch this show on Saturday morning, and we just want to give all those folks a thank you for what they do to help make this program what it is, not just supplying their sons, but supplying help. And a lot of times when their children quit the program, move on, go to college, get married, they go away, and one person that I want to hold up is Mark Moran.
Oh yeah,
is someone who has stood behind this program and worked diligently for years and years and years. And a lot of people might not know. There's people might not know Mark and know what he does, but he does a lot for Wildcat football.
Does a tremendous amount. He's been the president of the quarterback club since 2001 or 3. I can't remember. Matt was going into his senior year when he became president of the quarterback club, and he really told me then that he did not want to do it until his boys were gone. But there was some crisis at that time in leadership, and he jumped in there, and Mark has been just a stalwart.
Sure has.
For getting out and helping to raise funds for our quarterback club, which helps fund the things that we try to do in football, that tries to take it from just playing a sport to making it something that you talk about for the rest of your life.
Right.
And major function there. And you were talking about Ricky Christie's crew. That original crew has just aged out.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cousy Moore used to be a part of that crew at one time. Terry Pockers has been a part of it, and
he's still around.
He's still around, but he's getting long in the tooth, I guess you would say, like me. Gary Hall was a part of that original crew, and those were people that didn't have kids involved in the program anymore, anything, for years.
Yeah.
they would pull that trailer and get it loaded and unloaded. And, you know, Tom and Jimmy even come into the locker room now and help us coaches pick up all the trash and stuff. We try to leave a locker room in at least as good, if not better shape when we walk out of there. So anyway, thank you to all of you, and there's a lot of thank yous that we need to give out today.
All the girls and men in the concession stand over there that come in there and help, and Al Pegram, all the cooks, you know. So it's a family affair, and we've had a great year. What we're going to do right now is take another quick break, and we'll be back with the second quarter.
I was looking for a bank that sees me as more than just a credit score or an account balance.
A bank that has my best interest at heart and will help me get better at managing my money.
That answers to me and not some stockholder somewhere.
A bank that's big enough to have everything I need. Checking, savings, loans, credit cards, but small enough to treat me like family.
Turns out, I wasn't looking for a bank at all.
Ascend Federal Credit Union, banking without the bank.
Since 1917, Builder Supply has been the place to go for all your building materials. It's where the contractors have shopped for years. Builder Supply stocks quality Benjamin Moore paint, Temco shingles, case knives, DeWalt, Stanley, and Makita tools, Peachtree's Southern Rose and Sun windows, Trader's grills, Quickset locks, General Shale brick, Yellow wood, and pass load nail guns and nails. Experienced salespeople are there to help you find the right products for your job. So when you're ready to build, whether large or small, think Builder Supply, 301 South Atlantic Street in Tullahoma. The Gondola, located at 412 East Carroll Street, is Tullahoma's oldest pizza, pasta, and steakhouse, featuring all kinds of pizzas, calzones, pastas, and steaks, chicken, pork, sandwiches, and seafood. Check out their daily specials on Facebook. And don't forget that on Saturdays there's ribs and smoked Boston butts. Add a great variety of appetizers and desserts, and come on in, y'all. Gondola has it all. For carry-out, call 455-9738. That's the Gondola Steakhouse, located at 412 East Carroll Street in Tullahoma. Hey, Tullahoma, stop by McMurray's for all your personal and business needs. Copying and finishing service. That's black and white and color copying, 1 to 1,000. Scan, print, reduce, enlarge up to 36 inches. Brochures, carbonless forms, design services, foam core mounting, fax service, comb and coil binding, lamination up to 40 inches. Wedding services include wedding invitations, wedding programs, and napkins. That's McMurray's, 101 West Ogie Street, Tullahoma. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. McMurray's. Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Second quarter opens with Maplewood punting the football.
One step, left-footed punter. It's hard to block.
You can't block it. Jacoby calls a fair catch, and he gets tackled anyway, so there's going to be 15 yards tacked on, and I'm glad he wasn't hurt. And we're going to try to take a shot at him, and one receiver falls down, and the other receiver didn't run his route, and so Ben pulls it down and runs and gets tackled, loses the football, and so we've given them field position right back after us having had a positive play, even though we had those struggles on the receiving end of it. And they're going to run a boot, and Ty's in pursuit. Can't quite catch Hodges, but Samari closes on him really rapidly. And I think he loses another yard or two. Great job by the defense. And they're going to hit a little swing route there. And we get him out of bounds.
Into the straw. They got straw. We didn't get any straw.
They didn't share any straw with us. Don't come back, and we're all over him. Ty Cox chasing like crazy, and he throws the ball.
Relentless.
And fourth down, they're kind of in no man's land, so they're lining up, going to go for it.
You know, he's looking.
He's looking. We couldn't quite get any pressure on him. Race Marin's going to make the interception. And he now realizes, I should have just knocked it down.
Right.
So instead of us having the ball out at the 35, we've got it back at the 11 or 12-yard line.
It's hard for a kid not to catch that ball.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's hard for a lot of them. We did not think we were going to have Bryson Corn. So the game plan was made without him. And we finally get him to get a touch there. And he picks up 9 yards on the play. Jacoby Thomas picks up the first down. Good job by the offense. We want one more first down. Got Kyler Parker in there again. He runs the ball good and hard. We make them burn 2 timeouts with that offensive set. Right there is where they're going to burn their second one now. Trying to get their young men to, and then I'll try to get fancy. I'm trying to hit Peyton right there. I've snuck Peyton into the game, and we throw an interception to number 8. And did just the opposite of what I needed to do.
He's a big kid.
You know, we thought we could get number 8 to run out of there and then throw it to Peyton back behind them. We had the safety out of there by formation. Hard to tackle Mr. Smith there, but we do, and he fumbles the football. I believe it's Caleb Stroop that came up with it. It is Caleb. Great job by the defense. I'm telling you, bail us out. We're right back to the 12-yard line, but we got bailed out. And
we give it to them, then they give it back.
Ben doing a great job. I mean, he scrambled and played like, you know, a lot of people don't realize how well he can run. Kobe Burks on the carry. You know, he couldn't play a whole lot last night, but he got in there to play a few plays. Young man playing on a broken foot. And obviously it had healed up to a point where the medical people had turned him loose, and this is where Ben's going to get, he steps in that drain. And there's a drain right there, and the cover came off the drain, and so we lose our quarterback right at that point in time. So now, talking about a little panic setting in on a coach, you got 2 sophomore guards, 2 freshman offensive tackles, a sophomore wide receiver playing out of position, backing up where we're already missing 2 others, and a sophomore quarterback now.
Who's 5'8".
Who's 5'8".
140, soaking wet.
Bryson Corn running the ball hard there. And they're having a hard time getting the play into the game. And there, our running back and our quarterback run into each other, and we fumble the ball again. So, had a little momentum going right there, even with all the situation, and turned the ball over. Was that the third one? It was the third turnover, wasn't it?
Well, I doubt Mr. Parker has many first-team reps in quarterback.
He doesn't. Oh,
look at us.
Almost make a great play there. That's a great job by Quentin Howard, and the kid almost pitches it to Race. And they fake the speed sweep, and Ty Cox is going to get Mr. Bobo Hodge.
I bet they'll be glad to see him.
They told me before the ball game he had 8 schools there last night looking at him, and that he has offers from all 8 of them. And so
good for him.
Good for him. I don't know, who they were, what size universities or colleges they were, but he's an outstanding football player. It's an outstanding job by our defense to keep him contained all night long. Come back here, and Kyler comes out of there with the football, picks up a few yards. And that's backside defensive tackle. He's not supposed to be able to make that play.
Oh, but he did.
But he makes it. And, Kyler had read his read correctly, and then that's the linebacker coming there. And good job by them. I'm just telling you, we took a gamble. We had to double team number 3 to keep him at bay, and we kept him at bay for the most part, but it opened us up elsewhere, and I don't know how we don't get a penalty called right there. I don't either. But we don't. And
they didn't touch the ball, did they?
No.
And they put him on his back in the end zone, and it's no penalty.
Yeah. Bobo's on dump it off right here, and
great
Race
play.
Marin just barely gets a hand on that football, deflects it away. I'm telling you, it's just a great job. Good job, Peyton Howard, Ty Cox, Shamari Lane.
So you were saying 8 schools were there looking at Bobo?
That's what they told me before the game. One of their coaches told me they had 8 schools that were coming. He hits us on the little swing right there. We got him in 3rd and forever, and he's going to get the first down. Good play by them. I mean, we had to give that up to take a little bit deeper route away, and they made a good play. Instead of us being able to tackle him for a 5-yard gain, it's first down, pick up 15 yards because their number 14 ran so well. Bobo keeps it on the dive or on the keep right there off the dive read, and picks up first down yardage.
We got our back to the wall again.
Got our back to the wall again. It's right before halftime. They don't have any timeouts because they've wasted their timeouts calling it, trying to get their defense set. And so
who was that down there that deflected that one?
I think that was Quentin.
Quentin, yeah.
And they come back and try to throw it the other side, and Jacoby's in coverage there. Third down and goal. And they try to hit the crosser, and Race breaks up another one. I don't know how many passes we got our hands on last night, but it's an awesome job.
A bunch.
Awesome job. Our secondary's played well. Our whole defense has played well. We got the rush on him, and because of that, he's off just a little bit with that pass, or we might have had our hands full there with number 3. But 6-0, halftime, and we think, hey, we've survived.
Yes.
We've got a chance, and we know we're struggling at moving the football, but we knew that before we ever went into the game. We knew that there would be a struggle, but I'm telling you, we're sitting there thinking, if they'll just give us a crack, that we can get a score.
We're a quick strike team.
We may be able to hold it and hold the fort down and make a 7-6 stand. But anyway.
Or an 8-6, but we haven't gotten that far along yet.
No, but I mean, we were just at halftime. I'm sitting there thinking if we can just find some way, either our defense pick up a fumble, intercept a pass and run it all the way back, or offensively, we get a real short field and we're able to stick it in.
Right. And don't go away because we're getting ready to go to the halftime. Want to thank Donut Palace. Look at that. Isn't that a good-looking thing right there? They are donut sponsors here on the John Ollie Fifth Quarter Show. Have been for years. We want to thank them for all they do. Stop by there and see them. And Sundrop provides us Deja Blue. So get you some Deja Blue. Hydrate yourself. And Have a good Thanksgiving while you're at it, and holiday season's coming along. Stay hydrated. Deja Blue. We'll be back in a minute.
It's football time in Tennessee, and nobody tackles the competition like the Russell Barnett Automotive family. With 6 different locations, 8 new car franchises, over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from, a certified collision center with lifetime paint guarantee, Russell Barnett Hometown Auto Rental. Let our family exceed your expectations at the Russell Barnett Automotive family. And remember, why buy anywhere else?
Whether it's a home loan, a business loan, a personal loan, a loan for any good reason, Citizens Tri-County Bank is here to help you with the loans you need. With caring, friendly lending pros at convenient offices across Tullahoma, we love our community and we take pride in helping people get the loans they need. Citizens Tri-County Bank, focused on making loans for the individuals and businesses of our community.
Ah, the glory days. Running to daylight on the gridiron and chasing a ball with a mind of its own. Cheering the team to victory and marching to the beat of your own drum. Memories that last a lifetime. But sometimes we're reminded of our glory days in ways we'd rather forget. Get back in the game. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live and play well.
If you're looking for fuel, food, or fun, don't forget the Dameron Brothers stores. The Short Stop has fuel, food, and beverages. The Liquor Locker carries all of your favorite brands of wines and spirits. It has party supplies, beverages, and the area's best selection of premium cigars. So for all your party needs, Jeff and Jay say, come on by, and thank you for the support of our businesses. Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Receive the kickoff and it goes out of bounds, so we'll take the ball at the 35-yard line. Really expecting it to be on that hash mark, but they put it in the middle of the field. And we try to run there with Jacoby Thomas, and not able to pick up much of anything, maybe 6 inches. And got a little gap there, and I thought we were going to get more yardage than that, but we don't.
They're
pick
quick.
Up about 3.
They're quick. They react to that ball quickly.
And I think we get a delay of game right there. We were struggling. We're still struggling, so we have to take a timeout. And again, you know, you're trying to go back to call plays that Kyler's used to running instead of what you had originally. And so we're trying to put, that's a draw play that we only used it 4 or 5 times this year. And
it's good yardage.
So we're signaling that to Kyler, and he's going, yeah, you know, what? What? And
I'll just keep it.
And we get another delay of game right there, as we're just, I mean, it's just part of it. We're trying to get the ball back over to our hash mark so that Kyler can run to the sideline, and we just tell him. But even then, there's a lot of verbiage in our formations, and trying to remember everything when you run back to the huddle. You know,
look at that. Hey, he didn't need to do that.
No, there's a little intimidation. trying to sprint him out. And he's got Jake there for the first down, but the ball's low, and Jake Hollingsworth makes a great effort trying to snag it and convince the official he had caught it.
Didn't work.
Didn't work.
Yeah.
And Colton Tucker down there.
Missed
Can't get him. He's going to come back and get him again.
next
though.
time.
That's the way to keep following and chasing. Jacob Dixon may have been in on that play as well. And we're waiting on the white hat to get set here. As they had a block in the back, so it's backed them up, and then all of a sudden they snapped the ball. One of those things where not sure what's happening. Not sure the officials knew what was happening.
That seemed to happen quite a few times.
Starling had him.
Got him loose.
Couldn't hold on to him. Tyrell Mitchell, though, makes the stop. I believe he got the first down, if I remember right. And cold night on a wet field, that ball gets slicker and slicker.
It's a great job right there.
Jacoby lunging for the football. And they come with a sweep. We're in pretty good shape. A host of Wildcats bring him down. Pretty good coverage there between Caleb and Quentin. Got them backed up. Maybe we can get the short field now. And, they get a pretty good roll. So back on our side of the 50, but we're still in good field position. And to be honest with you, I'm willing to play field position with them right now.
Sure.
If we can keep them on their end of the field and waiting on them to make a mistake. We've played the whole first half on our end of the field because of our mistakes. I'll try to run a sweep here and turn it up. We're able to pick up 3 or 4, but not able to.
He goes over the fence.
Just tough yardage. Try to run Jacoby the other way, and that time we couldn't get the defensive end blocked, and then the linebackers show up. So 4th down.
That number 8 has an attitude, doesn't he?
He does. I mean, he's a good football player. So we're going to punt it back to him. And again, it's not the worst thing in the world to punt the ball back to him. You just don't want to give them a short field anymore. And good job there by Cooper Lawson again, and Brian Nims, Jacob Dixon, another freshman getting to play some. And they have a block in the back again, so we back them up. And Ty Cox.
There it was.
That's tough. I mean, if he'd made that interception, that's a touchdown, and all of a sudden we don't kick a PAT and be ahead. But couldn't do it. Get him out of bounds there. Peyton in pursuit. There's a penalty on the play, so we back them back up.
Bang. Look at that.
Hodges on the carry there, met by a bunch of us. And Ian Poe, freshman defensive tackle there, one of the main ones making the stop. And they're going to sling it deep. And can't see it. We're in good coverage. We've got people back there.
Right.
And Quentin Howard primarily being the cover guy, but we're good.
Yeah, I don't know what the Bobo's season's been like, but if they had 8 schools there watching him pass last night, they weren't very impressed.
I don't know where he'll end up at. He'll end up someplace. They told me he wants to go to East Tennessee State, where his older brother is a basketball player.
Oh.
Jacoby Thomas, great return. This is our opportunity. This is what we've been waiting on. We've got the opportunity, and we're not able to make much yardage at all. That's another one of those defensive tackles that we struggled so much with.
And we're on the what, 18-yard line, 15-yard line?
We're on the 15-yard line.
Got to score.
And
got to be penalized.
Yeah, that may have been another delay of game. I mean, we're trying to signal a pass play in, and it's just tough. Sophomore quarterback, he's got race, but it was a tight window, pass is high. Really wasn't what we had designed, but they were trying to make a play.
We got a hand on it.
And so come back, and we got him wide open. We just can't pitch and catch. And so now we're going to try a 38-yard field goal. Matt Marcel holding, as Ben was our holder, and Matt's second best holder, otherwise kicking from that hash mark, he might have been kicking it. But that meant we had to go to a third holder. And so Justice Chadwick.
Next man up.
Yeah, Justice Chadwick was just a tad short right there. He's going to be an outstanding kicker, though. And
He's a freshman.
He's a freshman. He had the accuracy, he's just short. But their coach who works with him, Michael Holliday, had told me that from that hash, Matthew likes it, and from the other hash, Justice likes it. And we were on the hash that we would have normally gone with Matthew. With Matt. And so anyway, it didn't work. We get a safety, though, because they get called for grounding in the end zone 2 straight weeks. That has happened for us.
Great defensive play.
So it's 6-2. We need to end up in good field position here, and we're not in bad field position. We're out between the 40 and 45, right in the middle of the sand pit. And just got to try to find a way to move and get some yardage there. And Bryson gets grabbed by Smith and can't get away from him. That's the last play of the third quarter. And I'm glad we got 2 points, but we blew our opportunity when Jacoby, who's got the return all the way down inside the 20-yard line. That's our opportunity to win a football game, and not able to do it, so we'll
keep battling.
Keep battling in the fourth quarter, though. It's 6-2. And got to see if we can't find a way to get the ball back down there again.
And I know you folks that might not, some of you might not have kept up with all of this, but this is a team that scores a whole lot of points.
A whole lot of nights. They're just so athletic,
right?
That if you miss them, it's a touchdown. They outrun you. And then they throw it deep 5 or 6 times a ball game, and he normally completes a couple of them at least, and those are touchdowns normally. And so
our young men are doing a great job.
Our defense played tremendous, and both teams knew that our defenses would be carrying us. And I've had other people talk to me about Maplewood and stuff, and if they beat somebody at this stage in the game, it's because their defense sets it up.
Right.
And you can go back and watch them against Nolensville, Both times they played Nolensville, both times when they've played us. You know, last time they got an interception and ran it down to the 11 or 12 yard line. And that was my biggest fear when I saw us there in the first half, just giving them the short field over and over and over. And that's the reason I'm so proud of our defense, because we gave them some short fields, and our defense rose to the occasion, just like their defense rose to the occasion when we ran the punt down inside the 20-yard line. Their defense rose to the occasion, just like ours had.
So, old school football. Tell them Wildcat football. We'll be back with the fourth quarter right after these messages. Daddy Billy's Deli Bar and Grill has been open at 119 Northwest Atlantic Street in Tullahoma for over 40 years, serving up good times and great food. Owner Nick Smith has made a great investment to remodel the inside, which is now a non-smoking facility, and add a great outdoor patio area with a covered stage, a fire pit, and a second bar where smoking is allowed. The food remains great at Daddy Billy's, from burgers to paninis, salads, wings, with new items being added all the time. Be part of the good times at Daddy Billy's, 119 Northwest Atlantic Street, downtown Tullahoma.
Donuts. Tasty. Donuts. Donuts.
Are your teeth dull, chipped, stained, or crooked? If so, call the dental practice of Dr. Mike Long. For a wider, brighter, more attractive smile, Dr. Long offers cosmetic dentistry at its best through whitening, bonding, and veneers. Dr. Long also uses laser technology, eliminating anesthesia and drilling. When you are ready to enhance your smile, call Dr. Mike Long, family practice dentistry for 29 years.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter. We're trying to run a sweep, and boy, you know,
they're schooled on that.
We put our freshman tackle in a bad situation there. Bad formation call by me. I didn't give him any help. We come back, go with the formation that I should have called, and now it's the defensive tackle. We got the defensive end blocked, but the tackle was there, and so.
And he's a big old boy.
They're all good-sized young men, you know. I was looking at Bobo when he was warming up. He's not real tall. He's about 6 foot.
He's thick, though.
But he is thick. I was looking at his legs. They were tree trunks. And good job there, but we get a face mask. So one of our players raked across his face mask, and so 15 yards for grasping the face mask. We got him, but here he goes. He spins out. You see him leap over one. Now he's outrunning people, and he gets to the sideline, picks up a first down.
Inside the 30.
And now you're wondering, you know, can you keep them out and give yourself a chance? Because you know if they score again, we probably don't have the ability. And Ty Cox, Samari Lane, throw him for a loss. I don't know how many behind-the-line stops Ty has this year, but it's got to be getting up there. They're going to try to throw a little screen back over here and threw it high, so now we've got them in a 3rd down.
I'd say it'd be 30 plus on him.
I don't know if he's that high, but he's up there. He was one of the state leaders for tackles for loss. And,
I hope he gets some recognition from that at the state level, or at least the divisional, regional level.
I think he's an outstanding football player. 4th down, they're going to try to punt us and pin us. Don't blame them for doing that. Thank goodness it goes into the end zone. And so
we need to score.
Ben Fulton is back in the ball game, and you're going to see him take off with it. And we lose yardage back, though. We get a 1st down, but we lose yardage. And
holding.
I had a penalty there after the play. And
smart.
Yeah. Don't need to take any more hits if we can help it. And struggling getting lined up there. And, you know, Brian Mims buys us some time, but still not able to complete it.
We seem to keep backing up.
Yeah. Same issue that Kyler had right there. You know, it's not a play that we had figured on running in this game. We did it the first time out of desperation, as we had 3rd and forever. We did it that time because we'd had success with it the first time.
Yeah.
And they don't rough the punter right there, so it gives us a 2nd life. We're a long ways away from the end zone. We've got to figure out how to pick up some yardage. And I'm telling you,
that's not it.
They're whipping us pretty good up front right now. And so we lose yardage. You know, it's just a tough situation. We're trying to Ben gets the ball to his buddy Jake, and we pick up the 1st down.
Oh, baby. I'm thinking,
we're out the midfield.
Here we come. This is going to be that story.
We'll try to hit Race coming across the field, and their linebackers step for step with him. You know, good job. We pick up 3, but no big play. We had that play open earlier in the year, or earlier in the game, and we couldn't get the ball to him because we were running for our lives.
Right.
And on that one, there was nobody near him. But they found him. They were trying to throw the screen. Just good job by their DT. That's all I can say. You know, the end bit upfield just like we wanted him to.
That tackle's out there.
We thought we had the screen, and the defensive tackle figures it out. We're down to desperation here, so we can't get lined up again. We're struggling. And we got our man open, but we're running for our life. And so they sack us. If Ben had had a half second in there to stand just a little bit longer,
right,
then we had a good chance at pitching and catching and making the 1st down. But life was tough as a lineman, and life was tough as a quarterback.
Yes, sir.
It's just the way it is. We're mismatched up there. Eventually, those sophomores and freshmen, when they're juniors and seniors, I bet you they're a mismatch for somebody.
Yeah, oh, they will be. That's a fine bunch of young men. 6-2 it remains.
Almost a high snap. Good job. Again, one of our defensive tackles blew the play up. I don't know if that was Rivers or whom, but somebody got in there and blew it up. And then they try to go for it on 4th down, and our defense is going to hold them. They're going to end up short. And they're about 6 to 8 inches short. So we get one more shot at them. Toughest part is that the ears are back, so we're going to try to run a draw play. And, you know, when Jacob sees this on video, he's going to say, why didn't I go to the right? Because he might have sprung out of there and picked up 10 or 15 yards. I don't know whether he can get that many, but we just felt like I was trying to help Ben out a little bit. I thought if we could run a draw right off the bat, that at least would slow him down to check that running back on the next couple of plays, because I knew we had to throw it to get on down the field. And thought he was going to drop it off to Nims there, but Ben knows he's got to get it down the field, and he tries to get it to Matt. And, you know, that's a defensive end dropping all the way back in there. Another good football player. We go deep here to Jacoby, and not there. So that's the ball game. They're going to take the snap, take a knee. And that's it. Congratulations to Maplewood. They're region champions by virtue of beating us 14-6 a couple of weeks ago. They're now state semifinal team by beating us 6-2.
6-2. Tell you what we're going to do right now, folks, is we're going to take another quick commercial break, and then we'll be back to close out. I think.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
La Fiesta Bar and Grill, located at 1410 North Jackson Street at the Quality Inn. The La Fiesta offers the freshest and best presented Mexican dishes in the area. The recently remodeled restaurant offers you all of your favorites, from chips and salsa to chicken, steak, and seafood dishes. There's a fiesta going on every day at La Fiesta Bar and Grill, 1410 North Jackson Street, Tullahoma. Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, Coach, we're back in 25th year, 26th year?
26, I believe.
26th year. Quarterfinals, playoffs. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. I'm tickled to death for our young people. Those seniors, their freshman year, we knew they were pretty good. They won the Lions Bowl that they played in. We came up with a name. I think Jared named them the Red Pants Squad because that's what Bert Oakley had put them in for practice pants, were red pants, so he could distinguish varsity and freshmen. And we only have 8 out of that freshman class that are still with us now. Right. And I believe that's right. So you look at what they, because like Matt Ross played as a freshman, Race Marin played as a freshman. They were part of an 0-10 football team. The next year, a lot of these guys played as sophomores, and they go 0-10 again. So we're 0-20 in their first 2 years. And I'm not the brightest coach in the world, but I understand that there were a lot of people that felt like that we didn't know how to coach anymore. And these guys held the line and stayed with us. And I don't even know which coach hung a banner up in there, but it hung up in the weight room, if you stay, you will be champions. Now, we didn't make it to be a champion. We thought, you know, we fought like crazy to be region champs this year.
Yes, we did.
And their junior year, we go 5-5, and it was probably a pretty good 5-5 team, seeing what our region's done in the playoffs for the last 3 years now. But we don't make the playoffs. And for these young men to be picked to be 5th in the region this year, for them to win 10 football games and be 4 points away from going to the state semifinals, awesome tribute to the young men that are playing out there on the field, and in particular, that senior class. They have rolled their sleeves up. I can't tell you how many times people like Matt Ross, Race, Bryson have called a coach and say, will you come open the weight room for me? I'm done with basketball practice, or I'm done with baseball practice. And we have coaches that will drive back up to the school and meet them after those practices to allow them to keep working to get bigger and faster and stronger. And that's the legacy that they're leaving us with. Big time sacrifice. Matt Ross, excellent student. Race Marin, excellent student. Bryson Korn, excellent student. They are academic kids. They play multiple sports, but they made the sacrifices that were needed to get to the point to where they could compete, and not only compete, but to compete well. And so my hat's off to that senior class. The underclassmen played well as well, just like Ben Fulton coming back out and gutting it out, and Hunter Jules played hurt, and you know, but the seniors set the tempo. And so I can't get into naming every one of them.
Kobe's a senior too, isn't
Kobe's a senior. He wasn't part of that freshman class when they were freshmen. They had moved to Murfreesboro, and then he moved back.
Right.
He wanted to be a part of that class. I know he came and hung out a lot with a bunch of them. And he was a big addition to that class. But we've got, when Maplewood is done, we'll announce the all-region team. You were talking about you were hoping someone would get recognized. We've got more all-region players than we've had in a long, long time. Good. And that meant that they got recognition from their opponents. They were recognized.
Yeah,
and
great.
So it's been a great year. It's been a fun team to be around. Sometimes, as I told them, we laughed with them. Sometimes we laughed at them. But there was a lot of laughing done this year.
Yeah, that's good.
And we had great team chemistry. They learned to go to battle with each other. Big thank yous to our community. We had great support. I think, I can't remember us going 4 straight ball games in a row with packed houses, and we had a packed house for the first 4 ball games of the year. We opened up with Shelbyville in Coffee County, and it's packed on both sides. We go to Marshall County, it's packed on both sides. We go to Franklin County, it's packed on both sides. You don't get that very often in high school football anymore. Unique experience. Chief Shastine and Chief Blackwell and Sheriff Parton and Chief of Police at Manchester, the Fire Department of Manchester, went out of their way to make special times for these young people involved. As twice they got police escorts, fire escorts out of town and all the way to the interstate yesterday. Thank you. In this day and time of liability and all that, thank you.
Doesn't happen
much anymore. And you know, as an old coach, I can remember those days of it happening some. These players will remember that for a lifetime.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, they had those mini computers that we wear and carry around in our pockets and stuff, and they had them out yesterday.
Filming.
Video, and
that's great.
You know, Mayor Curley went out of his way to try to encourage people to show them support and stuff. And just want to tell you thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, you know, you've left one thing out, and it's something you said a minute ago that I thought struck me is that, you know, maybe somebody thought y'all forgot how to coach. I don't think so. You know, you and your staff, coaching is I don't know if I could do it, because there's so many unique situations that you have to deal with kids in a different way to find a way to excite them and to make them buy into the product.
Yeah.
But once you do that, and you guys are magnificent at doing it, you can only coach the talent that you have. And the kids have got to buy into it. And that's what you guys do so well, is you involve these kids and you treat these kids like young adults and not kids. You're teaching them to be young men, young, viable, uncommon members of society, and how to fight for what they believe is right and good. And we as a community want to thank you and your staff and the people who support you for doing that for our young men.
Thank you.
Thank you very
much. We
much.
enjoy it, and you know, the coaching staff that we've got together do a tremendous job. You've got Coy Sis and Steve Britton and Larry Campbell in the weight room, as well as other coaches that move in and out of there that just absolutely have changed our bodies, and which is also changed our athletic abilities. And then, you know, I've got some young coaches that keep up with these people. They're on Instagram, they're on whatever social media is out there. And then we have other coaches that they themselves help us to put our product out on social media and get word out. You know, I'm watching Michael Holliday riding in the back of a pickup yesterday going by the bus with his video camera out, videoing this thing. And, you know, then he has to drive his own self up to Maplewood instead of riding on a bus. And I said, what'd you do that for? And he said, needed to get it out, needed to show people what was going on, what was happening in our community. And he says, Coach, before I got in my car to drive up here, there'd already been 1,100 hits on whatever he had done. I don't know what he's done, 'cause I don't live in that same world. And
yeah,
but I'm just, it's neat the way it's been put together. And those football teams that went 0-10 2 straight years in a row, they had some athletes, we just didn't have enough. And I've said before, that 2015 team, 2016 team, we're at Giles County. We're 0-19 for the last 19 ball games. And I'll never forget that bunch. Are we playing to just finish our last game of the year, or are we playing to get our first win? And they played their hearts out that night. We couldn't get the win. We weren't talented enough to get the win, but they played their hearts out that night. And this football team last night played its heart out. We're just a lot more talented right now. We got a lot more athletes than we had a few years ago, and therefore we're playing for an opportunity to go to the state semifinals, and we fell short. But this team is only the 4th team in the history of Tullahoma High School to go to the state quarterfinals. You've got 1979, you got 1987, you got 2010, and now you got 2018.
Yeah. Well, one young man that you didn't mention that I want to mention because I think he makes a difference. Just watch Brady Goodman walk across the field, the way with the attitude he walks, with the purpose. Those young men, they travel with a purpose. These young men travel with a purpose.
And Brady's walk you would recognize from anywhere, just like your old neighbor's laugh, Philip Moody's laugh.
Yeah.
You always knew he was in the building. Brady, if you're watching him walk down the hallway, whether you can see him,
you know who
it is coming down the hallway.
Coming with a purpose.
He's been a great addition.
And our young men all year long came with a purpose, and we congratulate them. We thank you, our community, our fans, for taking this ride with us in 2018. It's been a whole lot of fun, and the fun's not over, as my father-in-law Bob Couch used to say. This isn't the end of the story. Next year's on the way. Coach, congratulations and thank you.
Thank you.
All righty. See you next time, folks.